Number 5 is The Lion King. Now, probably 15 years on since the first time I saw it, that stampede still gives me nightmares. Watching it is traumatic. Did you know though that it's based on Shakespeare's Hamlet? Didn't the sibling rivalry give it away? Well, now you know. Shakespeare's play is set in the Kingdom of Denmark and follows Prince Hamlet, who vows revenge upon his uncle, who married his father's wife, aka his mother. Long play short, everyone dies. At least Simba gets to take back Pride Rock. At number 4 is The Fox and the Hound. This Disney classic was actually based on a novel by Daniel Mannix, where the fox is raised by the hunter's family and eventually returns to the wild. He occasionally, however, returns to taunt the dogs, and one day when one of the dogs give chase, it's killed by a train. Vowing revenge against the cunning fox, the hunter swears he will kill him. Though he never seems to catch him, instead he captures his mates and his children, and kills them. So in pure exhaustion after being chased for far too long, the fox does die. Meanwhile, Copper is so old that he needs to be shot. And that's it. That's the ending. That's all that happens. At number 3 is The Little Mermaid. The real tale here is much darker, and unfortunately for us, doesn't include a friendly little flounder and a surly seagull obsessed with a fork. In the tale we all know and love, Ariel is turned into a human permanently so she can marry her beloved Prince Eric. However, in the original tale, by Hans Christian Andersen no less, the original deal is the same, but what happens is so much different. The mermaid will only remain a human if she finds true love's kiss and marries the prince. If she doesn't, she can't just return to her castle under the sea. She has to die. And if that wasn't punishment enough, the fact that every step she takes as a human feels like she is walking on shards of glass. Ouch. Everything seems to be working, but then the prince falls for a woman he thinks saved him, and because Ariel is unable to talk, she can't tell him the truth. Her last option is to kill the prince, whereupon she would turn back into a mermaid and rejoin her family. But because she still loves him, she doesn't, and basically turns into sea foam. At number 2 is our classic Disney princess herself, Snow White. For the most part, old Walt did a good job at staying loyal to the original tale. However, there's one important element that would have tainted the animation. What is it, you ask? Oh, you know, it's nothing major. Just that in the original, the Queen asked the huntsman to kill her and bring back her liver and lungs as proof of her death, which, naturally, she wants to serve for dinner. Another not so nice departing from the original tale is Snow White wasn't awoken by a kiss. What the prince did, I don't really care to mention. And one final thing. In the end, the Queen is made to dance to death in red-hot iron shoes. Nice. And we made it. At number 1 is Cinderella. This is everyone's favourite fairy tale, basically because good overcomes evil. And in this case, evil comes in the form of stepsisters and a stepmother. She marries the prince who falls in love with her, and they, well, you guessed it, live happily ever after. However, the Brothers Grimm story is not quite so cheery. In their version, the stepsisters go so far as to cut off parts of their own feet in order to fit them into the glass slipper, basically in a desperately painful attempt to fool the prince. Even though you think the blood would have given it away, it was actually another gentleman who told the prince to try the young girl the evil stepmother kept as his kitchen maid. The prince was overjoyed when, by chance, the kitchen maid fit the shoes, reconciling him with his beloved Cinderella. Meanwhile, two birds peck out the stepsisters' eyes for lying. They spend the rest of their lives as blind beggars, while Cinderella, well, you guessed it, I guess it doesn't end up so different, lived happily ever after. And there you have it, the 5 top, weirdest, most different, kind of unusual fairy tale alternate story versions. Until next time, fact mates.